Weather conditions and terrain in the mountains. The weather conditions and terrain of mountains can vary greatly depending on their geographical location and elevation. Mountains are typically characterized by cold temperatures, high winds, and unpredictable weather patterns. The terrain of mountains can range from steep and rocky slopes to rolling hills and lush valleys. The temperature in mountainous regions tends to decrease with increasing elevation. This is due to the fact that the higher up you go, the thinner the air becomes, and the less heat is able to reach the surface. This is why mountain peaks are often snow-covered even in the summer months. High winds are also common in mountain regions, especially in the winter. These winds can cause severe weather conditions, such as snowstorms and avalanches. The terrain of mountains can range from steep and rocky slopes to rolling hills and lush valleys. The steepness of a mountain's terrain is determined by the angle of its slopes. Steep slopes are often covered in loose rocks and boulders, which can make it difficult to traverse. On the other hand, rolling hills and lush valleys are much easier to navigate and provide a more pleasant experience for hikers and climbers. The weather conditions and terrain of mountains can be unpredictable and dangerous. It is important to be aware of the potential risks and to take the necessary precautions when venturing into these regions. By being prepared and informed, you can ensure a safe and enjoyable experience in the mountains. Weather conditions and terrain in the mountains are two critical factors that can have a significant impact on hikers, climbers, and other outdoor enthusiasts. Understanding these factors is essential for anyone planning to explore mountainous regions, as it can help them prepare for potential challenges and avoid dangerous situations. Weather conditions in the mountains. Mountain weather conditions can change rapidly and unexpectedly, and it is essential to stay informed about the latest weather forecasts and updates. The temperature can drop significantly at higher altitudes, and even on a sunny day, the wind can make temperatures feel much colder. Thunderstorms in the mountains can be particularly dangerous, as lightning strikes are more common at high elevations. It's important to pack appropriate clothing and gear for the weather conditions you may encounter. Dressing in layers is essential, as it allows you to adjust to changing temperatures throughout the day. Waterproof and windproof clothing is also important, as precipitation and wind can be significant factors in the mountains. Additionally, it is crucial to bring along high-quality hiking boots with good traction, as wet or slippery terrain can be treacherous. Terrain in the mountains. Mountain terrain can vary significantly, from rocky and uneven surfaces to steep inclines and descents. Hiking trails in the mountains may be narrow and rocky, with steep drop-offs that require careful attention and focus. It is essential to be aware of your surroundings and stay on designated trails to avoid getting lost or encountering dangerous terrain. Some mountainous regions may also have unique geological features that can pose additional challenges, such as loose rock formations, scree slopes, or glaciers. These features require specialized skills and equipment to navigate safely, and it is crucial to have a solid understanding of the terrain before attempting to explore these areas. Altitude can also be a significant factor in the mountains, as the air becomes thinner at higher elevations. This can lead to altitude sickness, which can cause symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, and nausea. It is essential to acclimate slowly to higher elevations and stay hydrated to minimize the risk of altitude sickness. In addition to physical challenges, mountain terrain can also present psychological challenges. The rugged and isolated environment of the mountains can be both awe-inspiring and intimidating, and it is essential to maintain a positive mindset and stay focused to avoid making mistakes that could lead to dangerous situations. Conclusion: weather conditions and terrain in the mountains are two critical factors that anyone planning to explore mountainous regions must consider carefully. Understanding these factors and preparing accordingly can help ensure a safe and enjoyable experience in the mountains. It is essential to stay informed, pack appropriate clothing and gear, stay on designated trails, and be mindful of the potential challenges of high altitude and rugged terrain. By taking these precautions, adventurers can make the most of their mountain experiences while minimizing the risks. The mountains provide some of the most awe-inspiring landscapes and scenery on Earth. However, they also have unique and often harsh weather conditions and rugged terrain that can pose challenges for hikers and climbers. Mountain weather can change rapidly, sometimes within minutes. A sunny day can quickly turn into a storm, bringing heavy precipitation, strong winds, and even snow. The higher you go up in the mountains, the colder and more extreme the weather becomes. Rain and snow. Rainfall is common in the mountains, especially during storm systems. Heavy rains can flood streams and rivers, turning trivial creek crossings into very dangerous situations. Snow can fall even during summer in higher elevations, blanketing trails and obscuring signs. Winter conditions bring heavy snowfall that accumulates into deep snowpacks, requiring specialized equipment. Wind. Strong winds are a constant in the mountains due to their exposed locations and extreme changes in elevation. Powerful gusts can knock over tents, rip tarps from shelters, damage gear, and create treacherous wind chill. Wind can also whip up blinding snow or dust storms. Temperature variations. Temperatures tend to decrease 3.5 to 6 degrees Fahrenheit for every 1,000 feet of elevation gain. So if it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit at 5,000 feet, it may only be in the 50s or even 40s at 10,000 feet. Nights in the mountains also tend to be colder due to a lack of heat-trapping cloud cover. Storms. Thunderstorms, which can produce dangerous lightning, swirling winds, and flash floods, are common in the summer months. Organizational skills. Develop the ability to organize and manage work effectively. Organizational skills are essential for managing workloads and completing tasks efficiently. It involves the ability to plan, prioritize, and organize work in order to achieve goals. Developing organizational skills requires practice and patience, but it is an important skill that can be used in many aspects of life. What are organizational skills? Organizational skills are the ability to plan, prioritize, and organize work in order to achieve goals. It involves the ability to think logically and objectively, and to consider alternative perspectives. Organizational skills also involve the ability to identify and assess arguments and to recognize logical fallacies. Developing organizational skills. Developing organizational skills requires practice and patience. Here are some tips for developing your organizational skills. Set goals. Set clear and achievable goals and create a plan of action for achieving them. Prioritize tasks. Prioritize tasks according to importance and urgency. Create a schedule. Create a schedule and stick to it. Break down tasks. Break down tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. Take breaks. Take regular breaks to refresh your mind and stay focused. Benefits of organizational skills. Developing organizational skills can have many benefits, including improved productivity. Organizational skills can help you be more productive by managing your workload more effectively. Improved decision-making skills. Organizational skills can help you make better decisions by considering all the available evidence and options. Improved communication skills. Organizational skills can help you communicate more effectively by considering different perspectives and arguments. Improved creativity. Organizational skills can help you come up with creative solutions to problems. Conclusion. Organizational skills are essential for managing workloads and completing tasks efficiently. Developing organizational skills requires practice and patience, but it is an important skill that can be used in many aspects of life. With the right mindset and dedication, you can develop your organizational skills and use them to your advantage. Organizational skills are essential for individuals to manage their work effectively and efficiently. They help individuals stay on top of their tasks, prioritize their workload, and meet deadlines. In today's fast-paced world, being organized is more important than ever, as it allows individuals to stay focused and productive amidst the chaos. In this article, we will discuss what organizational skills are, why they matter, and how to develop them. What are organizational skills? Organizational skills are the ability to manage tasks, time, and resources effectively. They involve setting priorities, planning, and organizing work in a way that maximizes productivity and minimizes stress. Good organizational skills also involve tracking progress, adjusting plans as needed, and staying focused on goals and objectives. Why do organizational skills matter? Good organizational skills are essential for several reasons. Increased productivity. Organizational skills allow individuals to manage their workload effectively, which leads to increased productivity. Reduced stress. Good organizational skills can reduce stress by providing a sense of control and order in one's work. Improved time management. Organizational skills help individuals manage their time effectively by prioritizing tasks and avoiding procrastination. Better decision-making. Organizational skills allow individuals to make informed decisions based on a clear understanding of their goals and objectives. How to develop organizational skills. Developing good organizational skills requires practice and dedication. Here are some strategies for developing organizational skills. Set goals. Set clear, specific goals for what you want to achieve. Break these goals down into smaller, manageable tasks that can be easily tracked and accomplished. Prioritize tasks. Prioritize tasks based on their importance and urgency. This can involve using tools such as to-do lists or prioritization grids. Use a calendar. Use a calendar to track deadlines and schedule tasks. This can help avoid overcommitting or missing important deadlines. Declutter. Declutter your workspace and digital devices to minimize distractions and improve focus. Develop routines. Develop routines for completing tasks and managing time. This can help establish a sense of structure and consistency in one's work. Learn to say no. Learn to say no to tasks that are not important or do not align with your goals. This can help avoid overcommitment and burnout. Use tools. Use tools such as project management software, time tracking apps, or productivity apps to help manage tasks and stay organized. Reflect and adjust. Take time to reflect on your organizational skills and identify areas for improvement. Adjust your strategies and routines as needed to optimize productivity and reduce stress. Creative thinking, harnessing creative potential and finding new solutions to problems. Creative thinking is the ability to come up with new ideas and solutions to problems. It is a powerful tool that can help you find innovative solutions to challenges and unlock your creative potential. Creative thinking involves the ability to think outside the box, challenge assumptions, and consider alternative perspectives. What is creative thinking? Creative thinking is the ability to think outside the box and come up with new ideas and solutions to problems. It involves the ability to challenge assumptions, consider alternative perspectives, and think critically. Creative thinking also involves the ability to identify and assess arguments, recognize logical fallacies, and draw reasoned conclusions. Harnessing creative potential. Harnessing your creative potential requires practice and patience. Here are some tips for harnessing your creative potential. Take time to reflect. Take time to reflect on your ideas and consider different perspectives. Take a break. Take a break from your work and do something creative, such as painting, drawing, or writing. Get out of your comfort zone. Push yourself to try new things and step out of your comfort zone. Brainstorm. Brainstorm ideas with others and consider different perspectives. Ask questions. Ask yourself questions such as, what assumptions am I making? And what evidence do I have to support my argument? Benefits of creative thinking. Harnessing your creative potential can have many benefits, including improved problem-solving skills. Creative thinking can help you identify and solve problems more effectively. Improved decision-making skills. Creative thinking can help you make better decisions by considering all the available evidence and options. Improved communication skills. Creative thinking can help you communicate more effectively by considering different perspectives and arguments. Improved creativity. Creative thinking can help you come up with creative solutions to problems. Conclusion. Creative thinking is a powerful tool that can help you find innovative solutions to challenges and unlock your creative potential. Harnessing your creative potential requires practice and patience, but it is an important skill that can be used in many aspects of life. With the right mindset and dedication, you can develop your creative thinking skills and use them to your advantage. Creative thinking is the ability to generate new ideas, concepts, and solutions to problems. It is a valuable skill that can be applied in many areas of life, from personal pursuits to professional endeavors. In this article, we will discuss what creative thinking is, why it matters, and how to harness your creative potential to find new solutions to problems. What is creative thinking? Creative thinking is the ability to think outside the box and generate novel ideas and solutions. It involves breaking free from conventional thinking and embracing new possibilities. Creative thinking can be applied in many areas, from art and design to science and technology. Why does creative thinking matter? Creative thinking is essential in today's world, where innovation and problem-solving are highly valued. Here are a few reasons why creative thinking matters. Problem-solving. Creative thinking can help individuals find new solutions to problems and overcome obstacles. Innovation. Creative thinking can lead to new products, services, and processes that can revolutionize industries. Personal growth. Creative thinking can foster personal growth by expanding individuals' perspectives and encouraging them to take risks. Professional success. Creative thinking can lead to career success by giving individuals a competitive edge and enabling them to stand out in their field. How to harness your creative potential. Everyone has creative potential, but it can be challenging to tap into this potential. Here are some strategies for harnessing your creative potential. Embrace curiosity. Be curious and open to new ideas and experiences. Ask questions and explore topics that interest you. Take risks. Be willing to take risks and try new things. This can involve stepping out of your comfort zone, experimenting with new ideas, and embracing failure as a learning opportunity. Practice brainstorming. Brainstorming is a technique for generating ideas and solutions. It involves generating a large number of ideas without judgment and then narrowing them down to the most promising ones. Collaborate with others. Collaborating with others can bring diverse perspectives and ideas to the table. This can lead to more innovative solutions and help overcome creative blocks. Take breaks. Creative thinking requires mental energy and focus. Taking breaks and engaging in activities that recharge your creativity, such as exercise or meditation, can help you stay fresh and energized. Keep a notebook. Keep a notebook or journal to record your ideas, inspirations, and insights. This can help you track your progress and revisit ideas later on. Seek inspiration. Look for inspiration in a variety of sources, such as books, art, nature, and other people's work. This can spark new ideas and help you think creatively. In conclusion, creative thinking is a valuable skill that can help individuals find new solutions to problems, innovate, and achieve personal and professional success. Overcoming language barriers. Strategies for effective communication. Overcoming language barriers. Strategies for effective communication. Effective communication is the key to success in both personal and professional relationships. However, communication barriers, especially language barriers, can hinder effective communication, leading to misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and conflicts. In today's globalized world where people from different linguistic and cultural backgrounds interact more than ever, mastering the strategies for overcoming language barriers is critical for effective communication. In this article, we will discuss some of the most effective strategies for overcoming language barriers and fostering effective communication across language differences. 1. Learn the language. The most obvious and effective way to overcome a language barrier is to learn the language of the person you are communicating with. Language learning requires time, effort, and dedication, but it can pay off. In the long run, by improving your communication skills and building stronger relationships with people from different cultures. The key to successful language learning is to practice regularly, immerse yourself in the language and culture, and seek feedback from native speakers. 2. Simplify the language. If learning the language is not feasible due to time constraints or other factors, simplifying the language can be an effective strategy to overcome communication barriers. Simplifying the language involves using shorter sentences, avoiding slang and idioms, and using simple vocabulary and grammar. By simplifying the language, you can ensure that your message is clear and easy to understand, even if the other person is not a native speaker of your language. 3. Use visual aids. Visual aids such as pictures, diagrams, and videos can be powerful tools for overcoming language barriers. Visual aids help to clarify the message and provide a clear visual representation of the concept being discussed. By using visual aids, you can convey complex ideas more effectively and ensure that the message is understood even if the listener is not a native speaker of your language. 4. Speak slowly and clearly. Speaking slowly and clearly is another effective strategy for overcoming language barriers. Speaking too fast or mumbling can make it difficult for non-native speakers to understand what you are saying. By speaking slowly and clearly, you can ensure that your message is delivered clearly and accurately and avoid confusion and misunderstandings. 5. Check for understanding. Checking for understanding is a critical step in effective communication across language barriers. After delivering your message, it is essential to ask the listener if they understand what you have said. By checking for understanding, you can ensure that your message has been received correctly and clear up any confusion or misunderstanding immediately. 6. Use analogies and examples. Analogies and examples can be effective tools for overcoming language barriers by providing a clear and concise explanation of a complex concept. By using analogies and examples, you can make the message more relatable and easier to understand, even for non-native speakers of your language. When using analogies and examples, it is important to use culturally appropriate references and avoid using examples that may be offensive or insensitive. 7. Use translation tools. In today's technology-driven world, translation tools such as Google Translate, Microsoft Translator, and other translation apps can be powerful tools for overcoming language barriers. Translation tools allow you to communicate with non-native speakers of your language in real time, providing accurate translations of spoken or written messages. However, it is important to note that translation tools are not always 100% accurate and may generate confusion or misunderstandings if used improperly. Therefore, it is always advisable to seek feedback from the listener and use translation tools as a supplement to other strategies for overcoming language barriers. 8. Cultivate cultural awareness. Cultural awareness is the ability to understand, appreciate, and respect cultural differences. Cultivating cultural awareness can help you to communicate more effectively with people from different cultures by avoiding cultural misunderstandings and ensuring that your message is received positively. To cultivate cultural awareness, you can learn about the cultural traditions and customs of the person you are communicating with, avoid cultural stereotypes, and adapt your communication style to suit their cultural preferences. 9. Seek professional translation services. In some situations, professional translation services may be necessary to overcome language barriers. Professional translation services provide accurate and certified translations of documents, websites, marketing materials, and other communication materials. Professional translators are trained to understand and convey the nuances of language, culture, and context, ensuring that your message is conveyed accurately and appropriately. Effective communication is achieved when the message delivered is understood by the recipient. However, when there are language barriers, it becomes difficult to convey the message accurately. These barriers can impede communication, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts. With the world moving towards globalization and diversity, language barriers will continue to exist, and therefore, it is essential to explore strategies to overcome language barriers. Building trust through effective communication. Tips for managers. Building trust through effective communication. Tips for managers. Trust is the foundation of any great relationship, both personal and professional. In the workplace, trust is especially important between managers and their employees. When employees trust their managers, they are more likely to be engaged, committed, and productive. Therefore, it is crucial for managers to build trust with their team members through effective communication. Here are some tips for managers looking to build trust through their communication with their team. 1. Be transparent and open. One of the most important aspects of building trust is being transparent and open with your employees. Transparency involves sharing relevant information with your employees, whether it is positive or negative. It is vital to keep your team members in the loop about business decisions and changes within the organization. Openness, on the other hand, means being approachable and receptive to feedback from your employees. When you are transparent and open, your employees will view you as trustworthy, respectful, and ethical. 2. Actively listen to your employees. Active listening involves paying attention to what your employees are saying, asking questions, and providing feedback. It is essential to give your employees your full attention when they are speaking, without interrupting or deflecting. When you show an interest in your employees' concerns, they are more likely to open up, which will help to build trust. 3. Provide honest and constructive feedback. It is important to provide honest and constructive feedback to employees, both positive and negative. When employees receive feedback that is specific, actionable, and delivered in a kind and respectful manner, they will recognize that you are invested in their success. Additionally, feedback that is delivered in such a way helps to avoid misunderstandings and bridges any gaps in communication. By providing constant feedback, you will build a more significant level of trust with your team members. 4. Empower your employees. When you empower your employees, it shows that you have confidence in their abilities. Empowerment involves delegating responsibilities and entrusting employees with decision-making power. When employees feel trusted and have a sense of ownership, they are more likely to feel invested in the success of the team. As a result, trust in their manager and the organization as a whole will increase. 5. Communicate clearly and consistently. Clarity in communication is essential to build trust with your team. Make sure that your messages are direct, specific, and easy to understand. Avoid using jargon, buzzwords, or complicated language, which can create confusion. Consistency is also crucial, so ensure that your messages are aligned with your actions. If you promise something, deliver on it. When communication is clear, consistent, and aligned with actions, team members will trust their manager to be honest and reliable. 6. Be respectful. Respect is an integral part of building trust. Show respect to your team members by treating them equitably and with dignity. Avoid making assumptions or passing judgment. Listen to their perspectives, values, and opinions. When you show respect, you demonstrate that you value and are invested in your employees' well-being, which will increase trust. 7. Be patient. Building trust takes time. You cannot expect to build trust overnight. It takes effort and patience to establish rapport with your team members. The key is to be genuinely interested in building relationships with your employees, rather than focusing solely on business goals. By investing in personal relationships with your team members, you will build a stronger foundation of trust for the long term. 8. Foster a culture of transparency. Building trust through effective communication is not just about individual interactions, but also about creating a culture of transparency within the organization. When managers make a conscious effort to be transparent about business decisions and share information with their team regularly, it creates an environment of trust and accountability. Employees feel more connected to the broader organization and are more likely to trust their managers when they are confident that they have access to all the information they need. 9. Lead by example. As a manager, your actions speak louder than your words. Conquering fear in job interviews, effective communication techniques. Conquering fear in job interviews, effective communication techniques. Job interviews can be a daunting experience for many people, especially for those who are just starting out in their careers. The idea of presenting oneself and answering questions can be overwhelming, and the fear of the unknown can make the situation even worse. However, with the right communication techniques, it is possible to conquer this fear and ace that interview. Prepare yourself mentally. Before answering any interview questions, you must be in the right frame of mind. Try to relax and focus on the present moment. Visualize the interview going well and imagine yourself confidently addressing every question. Also, try to practice meditation or deep breathing exercises to calm your nerves. Furthermore, it's important to research the company beforehand. Have a good understanding of their mission, values, and goals. This will prove to the interviewer that you are interested in the role and have done your homework. It also helps to prepare some questions to ask the interviewer about the company and the role you are interviewing for. Lastly, gain confidence by speaking to someone who can provide you with feedback and constructive criticism, like a friend or a mentor. Role-playing your interview with someone who can provide honest feedback can help you develop effective communication techniques and bolster your confidence. Keep your body language in check. The way you carry yourself in an interview is just as important as what you say. Your body language should communicate confidence, intelligence, and interest in the role. Here are some ways to keep your body language in check. Smile. Make eye contact and smile when you first enter the interview room. This sets a positive tone and shows that you are confident and friendly. Good posture. Sit up straight, avoid slouching, and place both feet firmly on the ground. This conveys that you are alert and attentive. Eye contact. Maintain eye contact, but don't stare down the interviewer. This signals that you are engaged and listening attentively. Gestures. When appropriate, use hand gestures to accompany your speech. This helps to emphasize points and convey confidence in what you're saying. Practice effective communication. The key to effective communication in a job interview is to convey that you are a qualified and competent candidate for the role. One technique to achieve this is to use STAR responses when answering questions, which stands for situation, task, action, and result. This method helps you structure your responses and allows you to demonstrate specific examples of your skills and experience. For example, if asked about your leadership skills, you could use the STAR method to respond. In my previous job, I was tasked with leading a team to complete a project. The situation was challenging as we were working with a tight deadline, but I took action by delegating tasks effectively and providing clear direction. As a result, we completed the project on time and exceeded the client's expectations. Additionally, always answer questions truthfully and concisely. Keep your answers relevant to the role and avoid going off topic. The interviewer is looking for evidence that you have the relevant skills and experience, so provide specific examples that demonstrate this. Be professional and polite. Interviews are a professional setting, and it is essential to remain professional and polite at all times. Address the interviewer respectfully and use appropriate language. Avoid badmouthing previous employers or colleagues, as this can indicate a negative attitude. Furthermore, dress appropriately for the role and company culture. Even if the company has a more casual dress code, it is still essential to dress smartly for the interview to show that you are taking the process seriously. Lastly, send a thank you note to the interviewer after the interview. Thank them for their time and reiterate your interest in the role. This small gesture can make a big difference and help you stand out from other candidates. Don't rush. It's essential to take your time and think about your answers before speaking. Rushing your responses can make you appear nervous or unsure, which can negatively impact your chances of being offered the role. If you need a moment to think, take a deep breath or clarify the question with the interviewer. They will appreciate your desire to provide a thoughtful response. Additionally, speak slowly and clearly. Avoid using fillers words such as and like. They can make you appear less confident and detract from your message. Remember that with practice, your confidence and communication skills will improve. Even if you do not get the job, every interview is a valuable experience that can help you grow and learn for the future. Celebrate your accomplishments, acknowledge areas for improvement, and keep pushing yourself forward. You've got this. Additional tips for conquering fear in job interviews. How to network effectively, building lasting professional relationships. How to network effectively, building lasting professional relationships. Networking is a crucial component of professional growth and career success. The ability to connect with others in your industry and build meaningful relationships can lead to new job opportunities, partnerships, and even mentorship. However, many people struggle with networking and don't know how to effectively build lasting professional relationships. In this article, we'll explore some tips and strategies for how to network effectively. 1. Attend networking events. One of the most effective ways to network is by attending industry-specific events. These could be conferences, trade shows, or even networking events hosted by organizations or groups within your industry. Attending these events will give you the opportunity to meet other professionals in your field and build relationships. When attending these events, it's important to come prepared with an open mind and a willingness to meet new people. Introduce yourself to others and start conversations by asking questions and expressing interest in their work. Don't make the mistake of just handing out your business card and moving on to the next person. Focus on building a relationship and finding common ground. 2. Utilize social media. Social media platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook can be incredibly valuable tools for networking. These platforms make it easy to connect with other professionals and engage with content related to your industry. Make sure to keep your profiles up to date and professional. Your social media presence should reflect the image that you want to convey to your professional network. When using social media to network, it's important to engage with others in a thoughtful and authentic way. Don't just spam your profile with self-promotional content. Instead, share interesting articles, ask thought-provoking questions, and engage in conversations with other professionals in your field. 3. Build relationships with your colleagues. Networking isn't just about meeting new people and making connections with industry leaders. It's also about building strong relationships with your colleagues. Your coworkers can be some of your best allies when it comes to professional growth and development. Make an effort to get to know your colleagues on a personal level. Remember important details about their lives and engage in conversations outside of work. When you build strong relationships with your colleagues, they're more likely to think of you when new opportunities arise. 4. Volunteer. Volunteering is a great way to give back to your community and meet new people in the process. Look for volunteer opportunities within your industry or with organizations that you support. Not only will you be doing good, but you'll also be building your professional network at the same time. When volunteering, be sure to engage with others and make connections. You never know who you might meet or how they could help you in the future. Plus, volunteering is a great way to showcase your skills and expertise outside of your day job. 5. Focus on giving, not just receiving. Networking isn't just about what you can get from others. It's also about what you can give. When building professional relationships, focus on what you can do for others as well as what they can do for you. Maybe you have a particular skill or expertise that could be helpful to someone else in your network. Or maybe you can connect two people who could benefit from each other's expertise. When you focus on giving to others, you'll naturally build stronger relationships and establish a reputation as a helpful and supportive member of your professional community. 6. Follow up. After you've met someone new or had a productive conversation with a colleague, be sure to follow up. Send an email or a LinkedIn message to express your appreciation for the conversation and suggest staying in touch. Keep the conversation going by sharing interesting articles or updates related to your industry. Following up is a crucial step in building lasting professional relationships. It shows that you value the connection and are committed to maintaining it over time. 7. Attend professional development opportunities. As you're working on building your professional network, it's also important to stay up to date with the latest trends and strategies within your industry. Attend professional development opportunities like webinars and workshops to stay informed and meet others in your field. When attending these events, focus on learning and engaging with others in meaningful ways. Effective written communication, tips to make an impact. Effective written communication, tips to make an impact. Written communication is one of the most powerful tools for conveying information. It allows people to communicate across time and distance, and it is a vital component of modern business and personal interactions. However, writing is not always easy, and it can be difficult to convey one's thoughts and ideas in a clear, concise, and engaging way. In this article, we will explore some tips for effective written communication that can help you to improve your ability to communicate and make an impact. Tip number 1: Know your audience. One of the keys to effective written communication is to understand who your audience is and tailor your message to their needs and interests. For example, if you are writing a report for your boss, you should focus on reporting the relevant facts and data they need to make decisions. If you are writing to a group of peers, you may want to use a more conversational style and examples that are relevant to your shared experiences. Similarly, if you are writing to a broad audience, you should use language that is accessible and avoid jargon or technical terms that might be confusing. In addition to considering your audience's needs and interests, it is also important to consider their level of knowledge about the topic you are writing about. If you are writing about a technical topic, you may need to provide more background information and definitions of key terms. If your audience is already familiar with the subject matter, you can assume a higher level of knowledge and use more specialized language. Tip number 2: use a clear and concise writing style. Clarity and concision are essential for effective written communication. When writing, it is important to use simple, direct language that gets to the point quickly. Avoid using language that is overly complex or verbose, as this can lead to confusion and diminish the impact of your message. Another key to clear writing is to organize your thoughts and ideas logically. Use headings and bullet points to break up long blocks of text and make it easier for your readers to follow your argument. Tip number 3: pay attention to grammar and spelling. Grammar and spelling errors can be distracting and can detract from the impact of your message. Take the time to proofread your writing carefully, and use spelling and grammar checkers to help you catch errors. If you are uncertain about a particular grammatical rule, consult a style guide or grammar reference book. Tip number 4: use examples and analogies. One effective way to make your writing more engaging is to use examples and analogies. This can help your readers to better understand your point and to visualize concepts that might otherwise be abstract. For example, if you are writing about a complex legal case, you might use an analogy to explain the key legal concepts involved. Similarly, if you are writing about a technical subject, you might use examples to illustrate key concepts and make them more accessible to a non-technical audience. Tip number 5: use active voice. Active voice is more direct and engaging than passive voice, and it can help to make your writing more impactful. Active voice places the subject of the sentence before the verb, making the action of the verb clearer and more immediate. For example, instead of writing "the report was completed by the team," write "the team completed the report." This makes the action of completing the report the focus of the sentence and emphasizes the team's role in the process. Tip number 6: use visual aids. Visual aids such as charts, diagrams, and graphs can be extremely effective in helping to convey complex information. They can help to clarify data and make it easier to understand, and they can also make your writing more visually engaging. When using visual aids, it is important to ensure that they are clear and easy to read. Choose colors and fonts that are easy on the eyes, and make sure that the scale of the data is appropriate for the format you are using. Tip number 7: edit and revise. Effective writing is a process, and it often requires multiple drafts and revisions. Take the time to review your writing and make changes as needed to improve its clarity and impact. When editing, it can be helpful to read your writing out loud. This can help you to identify awkward phrasing or confusing sentences that might be missed when reading silently. Tip number 8: be authentic. Finally, it is important to be authentic in your writing. Write in a way that reflects your own voice and personality, and don't be afraid to show some emotion or passion if it is appropriate for the subject matter. Being authentic can help you to connect with your readers on a deeper level, and it can make your writing more engaging and memorable. In today's digital age, written communication has become even more crucial as we rely heavily on email, messaging apps, and social media to connect with others. Therefore, it is essential to hone your writing skills to ensure that your message is received and understood effectively. Remember, effective written communication starts with understanding your audience and tailoring your message to their needs. Once you have a clear understanding of your audience, focus on using a clear and concise writing style. Paying attention to grammar and spelling, and using examples and analogies to make your writing more engaging. Using active voice, incorporating visual aids, and editing and revising your work are additional strategies that can help you make a lasting impact with your writing. However, the most crucial aspect of effective written communication is being authentic. Write with your own voice and personality, and speak from the heart when it is appropriate. Effective written communication can be a challenging task, but it is a necessary one in all walks of life. Whether you are a student writing a paper, a professional writing a report, or a business owner communicating with clients, your ability to communicate effectively in writing can make a significant difference in your success. As we have seen, there are several tips and strategies that you can use to improve your written communication skills.